So I just got dropped off here in the middle of nowhere, about an hour east of Las Vegas, along Interstate 15. About to start a 675-mile hike south along the Colorado River corridor to the Kofa National Wildlife Refuge in southern Arizona. I barely got any sleep last night. Pretty typical, I think, for me. Night before one of these big hikes. Kind of getting into the mindset of, you know, of a long adventure. It's not something that happens right away on day one. You at least got to get one night under your belt out in the wild before you kind of start to feel at home. Really impressive scenery already. A couple caves up there. Not too bad for day one so far, you know. I'm really about an hour and a half into this hike, and scenery is awesome right off the bat, you know. So what I'm gonna do now is cross this valley. I'm gonna head up to the top of that ridge line, walk this off trail for a couple of miles, drop down, cross the valley, and then enter Valley of Fire State Park on the other side. And I'm off trail now, and it's going to be pretty typical of this route. Less than 5% of this route is going to be on actual hiking trails. There may be a few in Valley of Fire State Park, and there may be a few in the Kofa National Wildlife Refuge towards the end. So in the beginning and the end, could be some trails, but other than that, yeah, I'm pretty much going to be off trail. So that's the theme of this route. It's a barrel cactus, and the whole top is just gone. You can see right into it. Barrel cactus lobotomy right there. And the geology of this area is fascinating. You can see the way these rocks are just, you know, basically tilted up, which makes Lake Mead a pretty interesting area and very colorful at that. Follow the wash here, and then it takes you to this pour off, and this one's going to be a bit tricky to climb down. I mean, it's not incredibly tall or anything, it's just the, you know, the angle of it and everything. It's a bit of an overhang, so I'm going to try my luck over here and see if I can shimmy my way down. How's this one going to work? How's this one going to work? Another pour off here. There's been quite a few of these just in this one wash. I'll be doing a lot of washes too on this hike, so I'm going to be getting pretty good at this kind of stuff towards the end of it. I just slipped and fell like 3 times in a row, so I get my first little wound of the trip. So I think on that note, I'm going to take my first break. In years past, I used to bring a pair of gloves just for bushwhacking, just to wear in general to kind of protect your hands. I got out of the habit of doing it, probably to, you know, in the pursuit of being, you know, light, ultra light. For this trip, I know I'm going to be doing a lot of bushwhacking, and I brought some gloves for this one. These are my fishing gloves. They've got like a pretty nice, soft kind of feel to them. They're all like stiff and rigid and everything. Fingerless are the way to go, so I'm going to be wearing these, I think, from now on, just protect my hands a little bit. And it's the wash I was following for a while. It just led me down to the valley floor. These have opened up here, and wow, these red rocks. And I am really digging these colorful canyons. And this is what this area is known for, the Valley of Fire. And now what I need to do is work my way up to the top of this ridge line. Got my work cut out for me for day one. I did make it easy on myself, that's for sure. At least this hike's starting off very interesting and not just kind of like a long, boring lead up. And this is what I've come up so far. I started down there with the red rocks. And now I'm gonna work my way up to the top. And there's a herd of like 8 bighorn sheep down there. And this is the spot these sheep were laying down. Kind of see the little divots there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's gonna be a nice little ridgeline traverse here. Along the top to that saddle over there. About to cross the top of this ridge. It's called Weiser Ridge. And now this is the first view of Valley of Fire State Park. Wow. Look at all those red rocks. That's just incredible. So the traverse of this ridge, Weiser Ridge, is going to be about 2 miles or so. And then I'm going to drop down across the valley over to Valley of Fire State Park. And check it out, there's a natural arch right there. So it's a good echo. You could literally hear it reverberate down the entire canyon. And so the route I have planned is kind of goes up the ridgeline, goes up over this little hump here, and then drops down a little canyon. I see this, and it's kind of tempting to avoid the climb up over the hill, but you can tell how steep that is. It's probably not going to be doable. This is all too steep to really work with. I mean, you know, maybe it's possible, but I'm gonna find a better way. Stick to the original plan. Oh, check this out. Big cave. It's like a cave with an arch. Yeah, call it Arch Cave. You see the hole through it there? Now it's time to drop down the ridgeline. I'm going to take this little valley. It's probably a good, oh boy, 40-foot minimum just to like the side part right there. And then, I mean, all the way down, I mean, I don't know, 80 foot, something like that. Onto this first ledge. This is the awkward part, just getting over that lip. Boy, the handholds are not what I was hoping for in this. All right, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm already like part of the way down. The next step is I don't see where it's gonna happen. All right, I'm gonna back out of this one. You know, if you're not feeling it, There we go. All right. This is the best route I saw on the map when I did my planning, so I'm not really sure where that leaves me now. I have to try and find another way down. Day one, already into the thick of the adventure, I guess. Oh, I just saw another bighorn sheep. He just ran right down here. And this is the next ravine over. It's kind of looking like more of the same. Everything's good until you get to the choke point, the pour off. And they've all got a pour off running at a similar elevation. So no matter which canyon you take, you're going to be facing some sort of challenge to get down. Oh man, this one's not a whole lot better than the other one. Oh, I can't do anything with that over there. All right, well, that one didn't work out, so back uphill a little bit more, and I'm going to continue down the ridge line and just keep searching every drainage till I can find my way down. There's a ton of caves around here. There's another one there. I wouldn't be surprised if there were some larger cave systems tucked away in these hills somewhere. And here's yet another canyon, and you know, it looks like another pour off. I don't really have a choice but to stop and check every single one of them. It just means going all the way down there and going all the way back up if it doesn't work out. That ain't gonna happen. Holy shit. Wow. I'm not sure, but I think this is starting to suck. Well, it's 10 after 4 now. It's early November, so the sun goes down here around 6 o'clock. Got 2 hours of daylight. My water cache's on the other side of that valley, also on the other side of those red rocks. It'd be nice to get to that point tonight. I can't tell if this is going to work out or not yet, but this ridge in front of me is the least steep. Let's see how this works. You can't quite hug the wall as close as I'd like it. Should have taken my camera off for this one. Smell that sage. Actually, it does smell pretty good, not gonna lie. All right. And if you fall here, the barrel cactus will save you. All right. It took a little longer than I expected. Places like the Wind River Range, you can go up, you know, some really, really steep terrain on the map. There's just, the terrain lets you do it. Here, there's like 39-foot cliffs hiding in a 40-foot contour line, you know. And there's one last look at the cliff face I just came down. And here's a look back up at the last pour off that I tried before the route down that I found that was ultimately successful. So this was the one that kind of had like the narrow window. That's a solid, I don't know, 150 feet. And some pretty interesting rock formations here, but you know, pretty easy to see like the paths that it was taking and the shapes that it took on. Yeah, the rock in this canyon is very interesting. You can see these like parallel running vertical dikes, especially here on this face. You know, you could see it from the top, you know, but from this angle, it, you know, really accentuates it. Yeah, and this wash is pretty slow going. It's a lot of pour-offs and stuff to climb over. They're all climbable and very manageable, but they're still slow. If it were easy, it would just be the way. Wow, it's a pretty cool wash. Narrow, colorful. Very cool. Yeah, more interesting rocks here. Very colorful. And look at the striations, the patterns and everything on this. Well, I got about 30 minutes of daylight left. So probably not going to make it to my water cache. I think it's safe to say that. And that's it for the wash. I have now met the main wash that runs through the valley. I believe it's called the Anderson Wash. Maybe another 15 minutes of, usable light. Well, the bugs are out like crazy, but I really don't feel like setting my tent up. I'm just gonna cowboy camp anyway.